Hello you guys, welcome back to the Hall of Anime. My name is Dawson, and we are gonna just continue right off from where we were last time, playing Katawa Shoujo. The gate looked the gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that. But this one especially so. Red bricks, black rough iron, and gray plaster, assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wonder if it looked like what a gate for school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. So I walked toward the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone, so my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have, more like a park, with a clean walkway, going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass, and all the other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. It makes me shudder. I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my head it doesn't feel like one. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. It makes me wish there was somebody here so I could anchor myself to something tangibly instead of having to feel that I stepped into another dimension. The trees, with the wind, and with the wind, and the green haze flashing all around me catch my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again. How they say that the operation rooms are painted green because green is a calming color. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? Only after I stand in front of the Heidi main building I surprise myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back. Even if I had no life, I could return, too. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous with this realization set in my head, I opened the front door. A tall man with bad posture noticed me as I entered. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. You must be Niki? Nakai. So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom and science teacher. My name is Muto. Welcome. We exchanged a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch. The head nurse asked you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now. Oh, should I go there? Should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting? Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's an inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel nervous. Thinking of this, I almost missed what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? Which one should we go with, you guys? Yeah, of course. Well, that makes me sound like I'm an outgoing guy, yeah, kind of. Or why? That makes me sound like... I don't know. I'm gonna go with... Yes, of course. Yeah, sure. I mean, isn't that normal? Of course, but not everyone likes to be at the center of attention. I'm probably one of those people, but I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. Right, but it's no problem. Let's go then. My heart is pounding in my chest, and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third door. Okay. Give me a second, you guys. Let me take another drink. Apparently, throughout these videos, I guess I'm gonna be taking like one water break. All this talking gets to me, and just I decided not to take a drink apparently before this, so just give me a minute. Okay, maybe not a minute. Okay. Return. The third door down. The third floor corridor is marked as the classroom for class 3-3. Budo opens the door and enters. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late. I hesitated for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Ah, get a grip. This is a big step. I know that, but there isn't any point to worrying so much about it, at least not this soon. I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around. Partly so I won't have to meet the curious gaze of my new classmates. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high, and there's lots of space left over around in between the desks. An entire wall taken up by blackboards, and the high old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books, and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and efficient. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal, like students in any other school. But then, why would they be here? They're probably like me and have something wrong with them. Only it's just not immediately obvious. Then I notice that one of the girls seems to be missing the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. Despite the natural tendency to listen when somebody's talking about you, I turn out I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me. A girl with really long straight hair that is pretty eye-catching. As she sees me looking back at her, she covers her face with her hands as if will make her invisible. There is one boy with a cane leaning up against the lockers at the rear of the classroom. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motions, sign language. She peers at me over the rims of her glasses, then goes back to whatever she's doing. She's kind of cute. So is the cheery-looking girl with the pink hair sitting next to her. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. Please welcome our newest classmate. He clapped his hands, and so does everyone else, except one girl in the first row who has only one hand. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing in thanks for the applause I did not deserve. A collective silence tells me that I should open my mouth now. So I was just okay. Give me a second. Hiseo. Hiseo. It is Hisao. Hiseo. I'm just gonna pronounce it Hiseo. So I'm Hiseo Nakai. And after that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along with everyone, even though I'm a new student. And after that, I'm being so boring. This is exactly like every self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. I end up saying nothing, and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied, even with what little I said. Though a few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me, it could have gone worse. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along with, while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, and which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on this round. Sorry about that. The first row girl claps on this round with her hand against her other wrist. That ends in a banging stamp, a bandaged stamp. It makes me feel a little better. We're going to be doing some group work today, so it'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. That's good. You can work with Hakamichi. She is the class representative. She can explain anything you might want to know, and who else would be able to do that better, right? How could I know? How could I know? The teacher passes out the day's assignment and announces that we will be working in groups of 3. It hit me that I didn't know who Hakamichi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Oh, right. Hakamichi is right there. Shuzane, Shizune. There we go. Shizune Hakamichi. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with bright pink hair and golden eyes waves her hand at me. I take a seat next to her by the window. Hey, I see you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you. That expression. I would have a great time with this game if that's the expressions they use. Ha ha ha. What? What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you too, but I'm not Hakamichi. I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi. Shiki-chan. Sheik-chan. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Sheik-chan. Giggling. Misha points to the girl next to her. The one I saw using sign language from before. It looks like she has been staring at me this whole time. She nods once nonchalantly to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. She has short yet carefully, neatly brushed hair. A pair of oval-shaped glasses balanced on the tip of her dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you. She immediately looked at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. Hakamichi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, "You'll be able to talk to people," and who better to explain things to you. I can see you're a little confused, right? Right? But I understand why you would think I was Shi-chan. Shi-chan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter, she says it's nice to meet you today. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shi-chan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he wouldn't have been standing up. There's therefore no reason, right? Right? He seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today, so soon. He-chan, right? He-chan? He-chan. Yep, it fits you, doesn't it? Did I say it out loud? It's just as surprising. I've never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. Who? How? Yeah, how? It fits. You look just like you look just like I imagined. Ha 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 ha. You look just like a he-chan. I wonder why everyone here. I wonder why everyone seems to think so. Hakamichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Mashi's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other, other excitedly, their hands a-blur. Misha seems a little overwhelmed. Ah ha ha. Sorry about that. She-chan wants you to know that she's the class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. Do you like school so far? We can show you around a little if you want. If you haven't had time to walk around, familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with the hard work of it, but making it stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks. That would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just kind of came straight to class today. Ha 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 ha. That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there. Not just with school either. Always, even if it's a trip to the convenience store, really, Shi-chan. Ha 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 ha. Learn about where you're going. I guess I didn't bother to do that. Learn about where you're going. I guess I didn't bother to do that. Or just didn't care enough to do so. I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it. Half-assedly. But anyway, I don't say anything, and Misha signed something that ends in a shrug. What was that? It seems like it was about me. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them are smiling, but their shrug hits me unexpectedly deeply. You look down. Are you okay? Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things. By asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal. As much as needing help. Stop looking like you're just a failed test. Wahahaha. Ah, God. My laughing is fucking terrible. Why does this girl have to laugh so much? I want a route that doesn't laugh. Alright. Ah, and another thing. You don't have to call Shi-chan something so formal like Hakamichi or class rep. All the time, just call her Shi-chan. Ah ha ha. Okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate. Yep, Shizune is fine. Oh, okay. That would be a lot easier for me. I feel a lot more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly. So I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier, especially about Shizune, who I assume would be all busyness. Well, she still seems like that. Just less so, I guess. Oh. Oh, right. We haven't even touched the assignment. We should start work now, or Shi-chan will get mad. The assignment is also kind of long, so we should start... The assignment is also kind of long, so we should start now. If we want to finish it before the end of class. Ooh, sorry about that little cut there, you guys. I had to pause the video. I thought somebody was going to come in my room there for a second. I was wondering who the hell is that. Anyways, before the end of class. Oh, shit. Okay. There we go. Everything's back to normal now. Ha ha ha. That too. Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay. I get this. I get the message. After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay? The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and necessarily long. Still, we finished it a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class. Despite our late start, Shizune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different, though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish. Not to mention a little more easily distracted. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. The clock tower bell ring, signaling the end of the period for time for lunch. Without knowing what else to do, I followed Misha, who is beckoning me into the hallway and down the stairs. We descended even below the lobby where I met Muto down the bottom floor. Just like everything in the school, the cafeteria seemed too spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the classic exterior. Its big windows open to the courtyard towards the main gate. It's the cafeteria. Her enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare, but Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the line. There's a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until I realize that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. How nice. It almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating portions measured with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patient. I picked something at random and followed Shizune to the table, sitting opposite of her. As I nibbled indifferently at the food, I'd rather not eat. Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention, and she points to Shizune. I don't understand sign, so the point escapes me. Maybe looking at the person who talks to you is proper and polite. Do you want to know something? What? About anything. We're your guardian. We're your... Oh, your guy. Fuck, I'm stupid. We're your guides, so you should ask if there is something. I wonder. Okay, another option, you guys. This is just amazing. It's our second option of the game. Holy shit. Well, my second option of the game. You guys aren't fucking playing or watching. Okay. I think I got everything I need to know. Ask about the library. Probably ask about Shizune's deafness. Shizune intrigues me. I kind of want to ask something about her. But I can't really ask about something that personal, can I? I can't come up with anything else to ask, so I just focused on my food while the girls talked between themselves. Misha and Shizune signed back and forth very animatedly, throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they are talking about secret girl stuff or something. I quickly notice the conversation and sign is not enough to fill a silence. We arrive in the classroom early, but we're not the first. The dark-haired girl I noticed before is slumped over at her desk. At the last row. She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the allegiance of a rhino. She shrinks deeper into her seat. I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she were slowly turning into stone just from her presence. Misha and Shizune either don't notice or don't mind it, as they walk directly past her to their seats and begin a conversation. I'm left wondering about her. Even when the classroom slowly fills with other students, and finally the teacher, getting into the rhythm of school feels strange. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Maybe it's the long time spent in the hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. Before long, the final bell rings. School is finally over for the day. Besides me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation after a bit of deliberation. Misha turns to me. Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, Hee-chan. We've got to hurry already, since there's a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it. Wait, the teacher said I'd have to see the nurse. Where do I have to go? Is that so? We can at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside. We join the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing out other senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. When we get outside, the girls make their way to the small building right next to the school. It's built in the same style, so it looks like it's actually a part of the main building. This is the auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official and important staff inside, like the Yamaku Foundation office and all the nurses' offices. They even have a swimming pool. How is this official? How is this official? Don't be silly, Hee-chan. Don't be silly, Hee-chan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all the nursing staff facilities are in there too. The head nursing office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow. Yeah, thanks. Bye. A whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with actual education? I guess it's necessary for a place like this. I walk in hoping that this really will be one quick visit like the teacher said. On the white door on the left is a green cross with the text "Head Nurse" and a nameplate. The voice from inside responds to my knock, and almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. It sounds a bit like an invitation to open the door, so I invite myself further in. The room is not large, and it smells strange. A friendly-looking man turns around on his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin under the table is overflowing with used medical utensils and there are at least a dozen coffee cup rings lingering on the desk. Hello there. What can I do for you today? He is young. He is young looking and sort of rugged, but the dimples in his cheeks wash that impression away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? He smiles like a person who has heard this very same question hundreds of times. Why, yes, I am. It says so on the door, no? You can call me by the name, or just the nurse, like everyone else. Of course, I shake off my confusion, realizing I probably should grab his extended hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. Right, I'm a new student, and my homeroom teacher told me to come meet you. My name is Hiseo. Hayo. Hissa. What the fuck did I call it earlier? Hiseo. Oh, damn it. Hiseo. Okay, I'm pausing the recording quick. I'll be back in just a second for you guys. I'm gonna go figure out how to say this name. Okay, Hisao. I'm gonna pronounce it that way, because that's what the internet said. My name is Hisao Nakai. His eyes lit up with revelation, and he snaps his fingers. You're that Nakai. I was just reading your file in the morning. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia or related congenital heart muscle deficiency, right? He gestures me to sit down in the vacant armchair in front of his desk. Yes. Good. Well, you've probably been briefed about the school enough, so I'll just go over this quickly. We have all kinds of facilities available, mostly physical therapy and such. There's always someone from my staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there's a problem. The famous 24 hours nursing staff. Wow, this is like a hospital. Well, not exactly. For instance, we don't do brain surgery here. His joke feels so out of place that I'm left thinking why he even said it. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, just that it's really weird to have so many medical people at a school. You'll get used to it. I'm not so sure of that myself, but I don't let the nurse know it. Now let me just find your file again. While he searches for something from his computer and shuffles stacks of papers around, I let my gaze wander around the room. It's the epitome of generic. It's like it said. I'd like to say. Beige walls and ceilings. Dark gray laminated floor prints, and all the equipment you'd expect for a school nurse office. Even the ridiculous education posters are hanging on the wall, on all four walls, reminding me to eat properly 3 times a day and from all the food groups. Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file from the stack and similarly thick files and opens it. So, you already have medication for the arrhythmia. Just remember to take your pills every morning and evening, or it won't be much help. Apart from that, do you do any sports? Rash stuff like, I don't know, boxing? He grins to his own joke, but I don't. Well, I play soccer occasionally with my classmates. Alright, I'm afraid I'm going to recommend you refrain from doing that, at least for time being. Oh. My lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really, I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick a ball around. I guess I never did it out of burning passion for the sport, just to have something to do. Any kind of concussion might be very dangerous to your heart, and risking another attack is not a good idea. Was the previous one caused by a sudden consciousness to the chest area? There is no mention of the cause in your papers. Not exactly. I sidestepped the question acceptably, and he glances at me over his papers with more serious expression on his face. Still, you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercise would do you good. We have physical therapy and such available, as I said, but I don't think you really need such heavy measures. Just get some light exercise regularly. Brisk walks, even light jogging, jump rope, that sort of thing. Swimming, maybe. There's a pool here. So I was told. You were? Very good. At any rate, and I'm sure you've been told this before, you just need to take care not to overexert yourself. He wags his fingers to emphasize the point. No need, really. I've heard this 1,000 times already. Absolutely no unnecessary risks. Take care of yourself. Okay. He goes over my papers one more time and sets them on the desk, obviously content. Good. That's it. Then come meet me if you ever need something. I'm ushered out before I even realize it. A quick visit indeed. I end up standing in front of the main building and the auxiliary building, yeah, whatever, fuck it. Although, to my eyes, they still look one and the same. Okay, I think this is a good place to stop for this one. I believe that we are good for this one. Now, I'm going to record the next one probably here in half an hour or so. This one won't be up by then. I'm going to put this one through the editor tonight, probably post it tomorrow. Thank you guys all for watching. I hope you enjoy this game. If you enjoy it a lot, I will leave a link in the description of this video to go and download it. Just remember to download this game. You're going to want to be over the age of 18, as it says. Over the age of 18. Oh, screw it, I'm not 18, so whatever. You know, go download it. You know, just make sure that, you know, it's something that you really want to do. Anyways, thank you all for watching. This has been Dawson from the Hall of Anime, and I will see you guys next time on my next video. See ya.